on a Sunday, fun day, with your hostess, the mostess, the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, and messenger of God, the one, the only, Lilith reincarnated. And the crowd goes wild. Ooh, ooh, ooh. What's up, everyone? What's up? Let's get it started. Dude, I'm laughing. I'm clowning. Okay, I posted some shit in my freaking community page about something about Wolfman. That was way earlier. And I was like, I couldn't tell you what I heard and what the fuck he was talking about, other than he said that he saw that it was the end of times and he's not Christian. I was like, you better know my God. We can learn yours, but you better know mine, bro. It's his time to shine, is what I was thinking. So then anyways, I went back and I watched the video. It was hilarious at the end. What video was it? It was his Aries video. And at the end, he's got the Two of Swords just like I do last night. And I'm trying to teach you how to make a fucking change. And it's the same message. He's like, you can be, you can live a mundane life and you never get hurt. And, it'll be boring. So you can be, you can be safe and pathetic, or you can make a change. Okay, then fast forward, I posted this shit about Russ. Oh, Russ, I love Russ. Okay, and then Russ came through, and then I blew the cover about, I didn't blow no covers. If you guys are keeping up, you're keeping up. If not, go keep up with the Kardashians. That was a good joke. Anyways, so I did that, and I was like, oh, he's going to kill me. He hates when I love on him in public. He's terrible about that. Anyways, and then afterwards I was driving, I went to the store and I did some stuff, and the question was, what's the difference between Lucifer and Hades? Oh, that's quite simple. Lucifer hated his life, the life that God had given him, and everyone around him. Hades loved it. So, as much as Lucifer was Lucifer and Lilith are a thing, Hades is Lilith in a man form. Like, I love this shit. That's what I'm like, oh my God, you're so me. He is. And I keep trying to bring him down. I keep trying to bring it back, trying to be in my Kanye and over there trying to get Buddha to get out of the car. You're like, all this is it really is, bro. If you know your history, and that's what I'm doing, is trying to awaken them with their own history of your ancestors and perhaps yourself. All right, so who do we got in front of us? We have the Ascending Masters. Blah, 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 blah. Christ sits before us at the highest throne. And we got Melchizedek, who looks over at all the universe. We have the maintainer of the universe. What are you doing here, Vishnu? I thought you were Krishna. You snuck up on me, bro. What are you doing here? That's how they be. You'd be like, wait a minute. You been here? Yeah. No, I really thought I pulled out Krishna's card, but we have Vishnu. And we have Buddha, which we're going to teach all about their teachings. We have the teaching of Buddha, the Order of the Melchizedek. I brought the weeniest Bible version I could get next to, a kid's version. I got the reptilian version for you guys. This is the best way to learn the Bible. This is the best way, guys, to start with. Now, do I have my New King James and my living this and that? And yeah, dude, we went through all the different ones, but you have to, what are we talking about? And then, of course, I have the Bhagavad Gita. I was going to bring Krishna's card, but obviously Vishnu is taking full credit for this if he stepped in and... I'm just saying. I was like, I thought Krishna was going to be the one speaking in this book, but apparently Vishnu is speaking for the book. We got that. I have our Archangel oracles because we're always with the angels. And if you were listening, we went in with the principalities. I don't have my Kabbalah cards to pull that out, but it doesn't matter. The Lumerians are rocking the world. The land that we stand on. And we're about to go into it. Are you ready? Who's ready? We're ready. We ain't ready. All right, let's get into it. I cannot possibly break down the whole book of Revelations, nor any of these teachings for you. I just go in and I get what we need out of them, right? We cherry pick the shit out of that shit. You be cherry picking yeah, we do. What is religion? Is the study of a god. There is 148 religions. You can study all different gods of different aspects in time that were true gods that reigned over mankind. I don't give a shit what you say. Anyways, so with that being said, is I don't particularly do the study of Christ because that's just not, I walk in Christ. I mastered Christ. I don't need to study him. So we are going to do that, but we study other ones that I haven't mastered. So anyways, I mean, in the sense, we went straight to Galatians. Actually, we went to 2 Corinthians. This is what he wants to say. I just go by that. You guys have, if you've watched me long enough, I let them guide me. I don't try to have any kind of control. So I turned straight to this page. I said, oh, we went to Galatians. They said, no, flip this. I'm going to read you this. Yeah, this is my first Bible. I mean, I got lots of them. Okay. 2 Corinthians 13, verse 5 through 9. Now, this is just condensed. This is reading it in storybook form. If I was to pull out the other one, it'd be thou and they and those and the blah, blah, because they spoke in that terms. Okay? This is somebody's interpretation, a rewriting of it, right? Their interpretation. That's what the Bible is, an interpretation of the books that were given out to us of what they witnessed. We use our words and we keep, rebooting them. We get the 2025 version of the Bible, Test yourself to make sure that you are solid in faith. Don't drift along taking everything for granted. Give yourself regular checkups. You need firsthand evidence, not mere hearsay, that Jesus Christ is in you. Ooh, he came with that fire. Ooh, shit. California on fire? Yep. Was that you? Yep. Is this your times? Did you not say you were coming for judgment? Oh, shit. The roof. Told you don't want me to read the Bible. I'm the best reader. Okay. I hope the test won't show that we have failed, but if it comes to that, we'd rather the test show our failures than yours. We're rooting for the truth to win out in you. We couldn't possibly do otherwise. We don't just put up with our lamentations, we celebrate them, and we go on to celebrate every strength, every triumph, and every truth in you. Okay. I saw Kobe all over that shit, but that's what it is. It's like every time you can be brave and true to yourself, every time you can be brave and true to yourself and walk in your heart, we celebrate those moments. And that goes back to the sinful moment of meeting up with Bobby. They celebrated that because it took so much of me. It took so much of me to be that brave, and they celebrated. The fucking universe went wild. Was it good for you? They loved it. Anyways, I got the ass end of it, if you think about it. What did I get? I got rejected. I got rejection, abandonment, silenced. And in the essence, what did that bring to me? That's the shadow. In those feelings, what did I find? My self-empowerment, understanding, compassion, and love. In the darkest places is where you find your light. And that goes back to my post about Russ. He took me to the darkest places of my ego. My ego couldn't take it. I couldn't stand being humiliated and giving over so much power to a person, to be so powerless to my feelings for a person, and let this person humiliate me and drop me to such lows. But it was in that I realized my power was not the power to fight him, but the power to take it and still have love and compassion and understanding, which is that of Christ. Do you know what I mean? It didn't change. It was so hard, but it just made my love for him harder, and, it brought out the best of me. And times it brought out the worst when I was weak in my skin and I just, would fight him back. But that also was me. Me and my triumphs, and Marshall with the popcorn. Oh, she's gonna burn the shit out of him today. She's gonna fry this motherfucker, and and it was fun did you like it? And that's it. We put on one hell of a show, and that's it. Just being brave. We pray hard that it will all come together in our lives. I'm writing this to you now so that when I come, I won't have to say another word on the subject. The authority the master gave to me is putting people together, not taking them apart. That's not me though. This was, who is speaking now? This is the Apostle Paul in his letter to the Corinthians. Meaning what? He spread the word. He got locked up, but he shared other people. He kept getting downloads. He kept getting teachings. He kept getting, the more he would teach, the more he was called to teach, and the further he was called to teach. So he kept teaching, and he kept sending the messages out to people, sending letters to, the people of, that believed. Those people, confirmation. I want to get together with them, and I have to spend time on the remnants. All right, let's see. And that's about it, friends. Be cheerful. Keep things in good repair. Keep your spirits up. Think in harmony. Be agreeable. Do all that, and the God of love and peace will be with you for sure. Greet one another with a holy embrace, and all the brothers and sisters here say hello. The amazing grace of Master Jesus Christ, the extravagant love of God, and the intimate friendship of the Holy Spirit will be with all of you. And that's where it is. It's like His Spirit is with you when you're in His Spirit, when you're in the Spirit of Christ. Going back to, Christmas, I'm looking around, I'm like, when are you guys going to take your lights off? Like, literally, Christmas is over, but it's a spirit, not a season. And it's not even, if you were to, it's a made-up season, but it's a spirit that we celebrate in only a season, as we do all spirits. Going back to St. Patrick's Day, another speaker of Christ. That spread Christianity over into the pagans with an open heart, not for what came later. Now we celebrate with drunkenness. We celebrate the Irish in such ways, and me being the Celtic goddess and all of the, all the pagan beliefs that came before. It's like, what are you guys doing, bro? You shit on it. And then going back to Easter, the resurrection, and all of this shit, it's all, fairy tale made, but we need to go back to our tailor made, is what I heard. All right, so that's where he wanted me to speak. Truthfully, we're going to, now they took me to Hebrews. If you want to understand the Bible, if you want to understand all of the New Testament, you can find everything you need to know. If you want to understand, what it all is, in the book of Romans and Ephesians. Right there, you can find everything you need to know about what it was saying, because it's really just repetitive. Other people's viewpoints of what happened. The book of Timothy, they tell their experiences, their downloads, their this and that. You know what I mean? That's where it is it's a compilation of, each person's experience and their writer, right? So then, the hardest, though, of course, is Revelations. They tried to make some movies about it, and I tried to watch some of them, but I guess I don't know what happened in time and space. I have pages already turned. And he said in the last video, that's what I told Wolfman. Wolfman said an entity came to him and said that the fourth trumpet had blown. Yeah. Now, they don't really know how to describe it. I can't break down all of this to you. Do you want me to go to where it started, or do you want me to go to where we are? And what will be? Does it matter? It's already done. Does it matter? It's done. Where does it matter? Why can't we just enjoy today? All right. Well, this is just to tell you where we are, but the rest of the teachings are to give you peace so you can enjoy the days. This is why I don't do this, because they use this to put terror and fear into your hearts. I'm going to go on to 11, because yesterday was 111. Okay? It's on page 553. The book of Revelations. I was given a stick for a measure rod and told, get up and measure God's temple and altar and everyone worshiping it. Exclude the outside court. Don't measure it. Okay. What does that mean? The people that claim to be Christian, the people that claim. Listen to this. It's been handed over to the non-Jewish outsiders. Okay, the people that are not, that are not claiming God, they're not part of this. And that's the people that are unawoken. They're unawoken to the karma of good or bad or anything. They're not part of the battle. They're nothing more than, stock is what I heard. So let me start over. I was given a stick for a measuring rod and told, get up and measure God's temple, measure the churches and those that sit at the altar, and everyone worshiping in it. Exclude the outside court. Don't measure it. We're not talking about people that don't praise God. We're talking about the godly people. It's been handed over to non-Jewish outsiders. They'll desecrate the holy city for 42 months. How long is that? Somebody start writing all this down. Fuck! Just like you, I need an assistance. Okay, 42. I'm 42. I can remember that. 42 months. How many months are in a year? 12 plus 12 is 24. Okay. Okay. Meanwhile, I'll provide my 2 witnesses dressed in sackcloth. Listen. They'll prophesize for 1,260 days. I need this broken down. CJ, put 1,000. I need you to pull out a calculator. Okay. I got it. 1,260 divided by 365. It's 33 to the power of 7 feet. It's 33 years? Yeah. I told you. It had to be done within the next 20 to 30 years. But as soon as he read it, I saw the Egyptian calendar and we added days because of our thing. So actually divided by 360, which makes sense, 180, 360. We gave all those extra days playing with the sun. So divide 1,260 divided by 360. Divide by 360? Mm-hmm. 3.5. Told you. 30 years. These are 2 olive branches and 2 lampstands, standing in attention for God on earth. What are we? The light seeds. We're the bearers. We speak the truth. We're the ones that are here to proclaim what comes next. The witnesses. And that's it. I'm only here to bear witness to the end times and proclaim what is happening. If anyone tries to hurt them, a blast of fire from their mouths will incarcerate them. And that's it. I speak fire. And whatever I speak upon your life, so shall be. And that's why I don't speak, you know what I mean, damnation. Burn them to a crisp, just like that. They have the power to seal the sky so that it doesn't rain for a time of their prophesying. Power to turn rivers and springs into blood. Yeah, I saw that. That's what I was talking about with, I told my kids about when I was watching Moses. Power to hit the earth with any and every disaster as often as they want. I'm not doing it. I mean, perhaps I am, but I can just see it happening. And do I have a staff? I swear to God I do. It's in my trunk. I've had it since the beginning. I didn't really understand. My brother brought it to my house. And he's a weird guy, and he brings all kinds of weird shit. And all the things, I was guided to grab it, and I always had this remnants that it was Noah's staff. With this staff, you will do great things. And it sits in my car. And I've taken it to everywhere I've ever gone. It's there. Some of them I've actually pulled it out, and we've hiked with it. One in particular is Boulder. I remember hiking it with a boulder. I remember taking it. Yep, we hiked with it in Wisconsin and in Minnesota, and I'm guided to take it out. Always, though, because, again, it's at the bottom of my trunk. So it sits under everything. So when I have to get my fucking flat tire and keep changing it and getting all this shit out, and every time I do OCD, it comes out. That's what I mean. When they have completed their witnesses, the beast from the abyss will emerge and fight them, conquer and kill them, leaving their corpses exposed on the streets of the great city spiritually called as Sodom and Egypt, and the same city where the Master was crucified. Okay. All things that die are all things that are reborn. For 3.5 days they will be there, exposed, prevented from getting a decent burial, stared at by the curious from all over the world. Those people will cheer at the spectacle, shouting, and what is it? We can speak. And that's what he said. He said an entity came to me. Why didn't you give it a name? Do you not know them yet? And that's it. He can stand in it. But that's also what gives us the deem. He can stand in the darkness as the Lord of the darkness without fear. It's just bringing all light and dark together. And I told you I was searching for it. I needed a dark God to turn on the dark light. To hold the light in the darkness. So they shall not be afraid. And that's it. He is, you know what I mean? He's a priest to my priesthood. Exactly what they said. Good riddance, and calling for celebration for these two prophets picked the coincidence of all the people on earth, made it possible for them to enjoy their sins. And that's it. We free them from their sins. Then after 3.5 days, the living Spirit of God will enter them, and they will be on their feet. And all those gloating spectacles will be scared to death. And that's it, because only the power of God can come back into life. Are you ready to be resurrected? To die once more and then die again? I heard a strong voice out of heaven calling, "Come up here." And they went to heaven, wrapped in a cloud, their enemies watching it all. And at that moment there was a galactic earthquake. The tenth of the city fell into the ruin. That's when California goes down. 7,000 perished in the earthquake. Couldn't have been that much. It should be more. And the rest frightened to the core of their being, frightened in the giving honor to God in heaven. The second doom passed, and the third doom coming right on its heels. And that's why I said this is just the beginning. I can't tell you it's going to be all right, and it's going to be all right, but I can't tell you it's going to be over. And that's what I was trying to show you. I cried to Kobe, when will this be over? It won't. This won't end. But we get better. The third doom is right on its... What? It went from that right on its heels. All right. The last trumpet sounds, 11:15 through 18. The seventh angel trumpeted. A crescendo of voices in heaven sang out, "The kingdom of the world is now the kingdom of our God and his Messiah, and he will rule forever and ever." The 24 elders seated before God on their thrones fell to their knees, worshipped, and sang, "We thank you, O Lord, sovereign strong, he who is and who was. You took your great power and you took it over and reigned. The angry nations now get a taste of your anger." And this is it. You know what I mean? Like, you guys took his fucking kindness for weakness. You took Jesus's kindness for weakness, and you took God's. Before Jesus, he was a wrathful God, and he gave us his wrath. We did his works. That's how he worked. And you think that he's coming to save you. He's coming to save us. Who are the chosen? Those that choose to walk in his spirit. And the fucking Bible taught you how to do it. There are many of them, and those are the first to be judged. And where did he send me first? To the Bible Belt. The time has come to judge the dead, to reward your servants, all prophets and saints. Reward small and great who fear your name, and destroy the destroyers of earth. Now there's those, again, that have nothing to do with this. They never proclaimed to love God. They never proclaimed to be such things. They never persecuted people. They just walked. They just walked. But it's those that carry the fucking, you know what I mean, that carry the crosses, that carry the temples upon themselves, and that place themselves above all others in power, that say they're to be godly men and godly women that are going to be judged first. And that's where I come to. I come to all of them in power. God has seen you. You must flee from your evil ways, for judgment is upon you. If I spoke like that, then I'm nothing more than a fucking Bible beater. But I know the words that were spoken by me. Why? Because what did he say to Moses? I shall tell you what to say. And that's where I'm like, please don't make me say this. No, you're going to be heard in the way that you speak. They will hear you. And I said it since the beginning. Deny me before the Lord, and he shall surely deny you, is what was told. He's a benevolent God in this time. You have time. This is the time, the tribulations, where you shall go through this, the fire, and you shall be set free, or you shall walk through the damnation of it. It is what it is. It is what it is. You can choose to close your eyes, but he's not gonna go away, for God lies in your quiet spaces. And those things that you fear are nothing more than your own thoughts. Because your heart knows. And I just want to say, if I came to you, he loved you. He didn't give up on you. He sent the dark goddess, the only one that's dark enough to know your love, to love you. So that's a beautiful thing. So yeah, that's where we're at. The witnesses bear witness to it. And we got a time period on it, 30 years. 30 and a half years. From when? I don't know. Should we say today? Does it matter? Are we going to keep track? What's 30 years from today, Christian? What are we in, 25? Oh. That'll be the turn of the century. 2055. 2055. That sounds about right, doesn't it? 255? Interesting. They said it was going to happen. Anyways, who cares? They just, all of them saw it at different times according to their calendar. Again, the Mayans calendar. The Aztec calendar went down in 2012. I don't know. Something great. All right, let's get into Melchizedek, wherever he was teaching. And that's it. We started with the good, and then we go to, the real. That's just how it works, dude. You don't understand that Bible, bro. You didn't really study it, and it's a little late to study it. I mean, it's not. You can always study God, or you can just really start, like Mike said, you don't have to know God to be spiritual. Fuck, Mike. I think you might be a little bit right in that, Mike. Really, I teach you is the more that you become to accept and have compassion and love and heal yourself, the more you find God. The more he speaks to you, the more he guides you. You may not know it, and that's what I said just now to Wolfman. What entity came to you? In the beginning, I didn't see their faces either, so that's kind of a fucked up thing. And even now, as I speak, I just say they just to keep it in the dark, just because it's fine. I'm comfortable with they. I don't need to know who's speaking to me, but if I do, I can. Anyway, so more projections. We left off on incarnations and karma. Something about your ego. Let's see. I don't know. Let's just start at the top. After one of my initiation classes, I had a dream that lasted for over 3 nights. In this dream, stop there. I don't dream. I literally leave the body. I don't know. I guess it's because of the wiring of my consciousness, but I've never really had dreams. And if I woke up the next morning, it was extremely important that I spoke to or whoever about it. But I had a reoccurring dream that I did have throughout my lifetime. The only dream I could ever speak of, because it was just the same dream over and over and over. And it was about the whales. I'm sitting on the, and I didn't know where these waves were until I saw that movie. Until I saw the movie. I'm sitting on the ledge. I'm sitting on the rocks. I'm sitting on the freaking cliffs of a beach. And these waves, these unbelievable waves come and pull me out. And only when I saw them, how did I recognize them? They were the waves from Big Surf, bro. Down in, where is that? Peru? Is it Peru? No, it's not. It's over there. It's on the other side of the world. I can't remember the name of it. I can just see the waves. They pull me out, and if you've ever seen them, dude, they're amazing. That's the wave I saw. And it pulls me out, literally, and it pulls me in. And it pulls me behind the waves where they're still crashing. I'm on the other side. But now there's these enormous fucking orcas. They're enormous, and they're swimming around me. And one of them lifts his fin up, or lifts his, his right fin, and he puts it over me, and he drops me under, and then I wake up. I had that dream for year after year after year after year after year. It's the only dream I ever had. In this dream, I was being torn apart by the gray monster thing. They had fangs and claws, and they were ripping my pants and trying to tear up my flesh. There were 2 angels standing over to the upper right-hand side of my shoulder, and they were just watching, smiling, and their arms were folded. This went on for 3 nights, and I was exhausted. So in the dream, I closed my eyes, and I imagined I was on my favorite beach at home in Connecticut. Hey Pesto, I was there. Then the angel said, "Congratulations. It took you 3 days to figure that out, that all you had to do was change your mind to change your life." Ooh, if we haven't been teaching that, and that's what I'm trying to teach you is... Oh, I forgot about you, Taz. I got you. Okay. You have to change, and that's what we talked about yesterday in the Wheel of Fortune. It's like you have to change what you're thinking about to change where you're going. You can be completely wrapped up in your stuff and imprisoned by your own ideas, but the instant you change your mind, you're free. Having said that, you must realize that if you're a physical mess from all your cause and effect choices, you may not be able to run the 5 miles, the 5 minute mile, and you can hardly get upset because that's nature. If you smoke for 30 years and now you can't breathe, that's cause and effect. However, you can be walking around with oxygen up your nose and still choose to love yourself as God does. And that's it too. It's that's a funny thing. It's like, you know that smoking kills you. Why are you smoking? That's a dirty habit. Are you kidding me? Is there nothing of this world that you do that harms your body, that brings you pleasure, and you want to persecute minds? Shut up. And that's just it. I know what the cause and effect of this. Each of us, it affects differently. But it causes all of us to die. The oxygen may not disappear. Also, it might. But the necessary for it does mean that you're not worthy of God's love. This is what you created. And if you were stuck with oxygen up your nose, you would still love yourself. You'll create a different future than the one you had. You can be terribly crippled and a sour, mean, nasty person, or you can rise above that and still have the handicap, yet be benevolent, kind, and guidepost for other people. That happened to Mr. Plum. He's a beautiful, wonderful man. He didn't indulge in anything, never drank a drip of alcohol, never smoked a cigarette, never nothing. No, that's not true. His dad made him. All parents did. Made him smoke a whole pack. You know, you got caught smoking one, you were going to smoke a whole pack and never smoke again. That did happen to him. Made him chew, too, I think he said. Something like that. Anyways, he never did anything. And then one day, he had, like, insane stage something cancer. They told him he only had, like, 6 months to live. Truthfully. So, according to the story, you know, I'm not exactly sure how it went, where the two aligned. I never put that together. I should give him a call. I want to ask him how he feels about the end of the world right now. Probably terrified. Anyways, going back to it, it's like he had all this cancer. They told him he was going to only have like 6 months to live. From what I heard, he cashed out his 401k. He went and he took his family. They went out. He always wanted to see Russia. He went on this European trip. He blew all his money and everything. And he came back and he started his treatment. If I'm going to die, at least I did. You know what I mean? I had my experiences.
Did he survive and he became Earth?
He's been alive for 25 years and cancer-free. And we're talking about Mr. Plum.
Oh, cancer.
You know what I mean? He said the first day he went to chemo, he sat there. Shh. Yeah. The first day he went to chemo, he sat there next to it. He sat there in the chairs. And a little boy came up. He said he was a 6-year-old little boy, just full of life and all of this. And he said, damn, you know, he spent his whole life teaching kids that age. And he sees this little boy, you know what I mean? Mr. Plum's feeling down and out, and I'm going to die, and this is the end of my world. But this kid has been fighting it since, you know, who knows how long. And he's in there, you know, bald-headed and, you know, ready to do it. This is what we do every week. And he said, you know, when I saw that little kid, I knew I could do it. And we talked about it over the years, you know, over our time of how terrible it was. And I would cry with him because I remember watching my mom be like that, her lose her hair, her, you know what I mean, be so ashamed of, you know, shitting herself and throwing up and falling apart and all of this stuff. My mom got bladder cancer, which comes from smoking cigarettes, bro.
You're gonna get that too?
No shit, bro. So, I mean, seriously, I went looking for all of that. I was afraid my body was going to get all of this stuff. You know what I mean? Because it's genetic and shit like that. But, you know, it changed his life, but it didn't end. And I'm going to tell you something that I hope he doesn't get upset for. There's a disease that nobody lives from, and that killed my mom. It's called sepsis. Sepsis is when your toxins, it's like your full toxins gets into your bloodstream. They can't pull it out. Imagine putting, you know, black ink into a cup of water. You can't pull it out. It's in the water. You can't get every speck of it, right? So that's what happened to my mom. My mom had all kinds of issues. She got over cancer, but then she started smoking again, and she started going into all of her bad habits again. And then by the time she came back, it was going to kill her. They probably did give her 3 to 6 months, and I didn't know. She didn't tell me. But anyways, at the end, what was it that took her? Sepsis. It was all over her body. Her body went into septic shock. Nobody ever fucking lives from that. Mr. Plum got it. And it just disappeared in his body. Mr. Plum has gotten pneumonia multiple times. He gets it all the time, and I always tell him I believe it's a lot of the moisture that he's down there breathing, you know what I mean, that humidity and shit. But he's had all of these near-death experiences, and God just said, not today, Nika. No, and no, and no. And why does God do that? To show everyone that God lives through his body, through his faith. Yeah, it's his body that's getting fucked up, and it's his faith that's really being pushed to the limits. Am I going to die? Am I going to die? Am I going to die? And he's got to be like, I'm not going to die. And then so we talk about reincarnation. I talked to Mr. Plum. I was like, have you ever seen it, Mr. Plum? Have you ever had an imaginary idea of what your last breath looks like? He said, I always saw that on my 100th birthday. I'd sit there and blow the candle on my 100th birthday cake and just be done. I said, so shall it be, Mr. Plum. You've got much life to live. You've already seen the end. Now let's enjoy the days until the end. You know what I mean? But again, yeah, he was just a healthy man that's done no harm to nobody, bro. No harm to nobody. But God just used his body as a testimony to the world that God lives. That he can do miracles in this body and with anybody. And it's not because of that, because I still had to fight Mr. Plum about his faith, you know? Yes, you believe in God, but believe more about him. Believe bigger. Don't limit him. Don't let Miss Fry not go to heaven because your book said your church said she can't. God says she can. If he says you can live, she can live too. You know what I mean? Those beautiful Mormon boys that come to our house, they're going. The Muslims, they're going, bro. Remember that one that was there with you all the way through the end? He's going too, bro. You're gonna see them all in the pearly gates. You're gonna be like, damn, they lied to us. They sure did, but you didn't believe it, did you? You believed you'd see them, didn't you? So here they are with us. But if you love yourself unconditionally, your heart is free. And that's that woman, dude. She said, I know I'm going to live. Her knowing, it lets her live. It lets her live a beautiful life where she can tell everyone that she knows God loves her and that she's going to live, even though he's given her this curse.
Who?
This beautiful woman I met at the top of Mother Cabrini Shrine. Your own thoughts are what generate any slavery you submit to. And that's, I can never get out of this. It's never going to get better. I don't know what I'm going to do. You don't know. And that's why I'm trying to teach you how to speak differently, how to speak life. God got me. God's got a plan. God's going to do something for me. He's going to fix this. God's going to fix this. I give authority to God. I give all praise to God. He's going to make this right. I don't know, but I know God. And that's it. You start knowing him. You start speaking him into your life. Okay? I don't want to keep going on because there's so much in each page. All we can read is just a little bit. So somebody remember we're down here. I don't agree with those who say you should kill off your ego. I think you should. Okay. Let's keep going. Buddha, what do you got for us? Oh, we were on a specific page with Buddha. We should probably pick up where we left off. What were we talking about? The brotherhood. All right. He is not a homeless brother simply because he wears, and that's what they just said in the Bible. You saw that. The two witnesses would be in sacks. Okay. He is not a homeless brother simply because he wears the mock's rags and carries a begging bowl. He is not a homeless brother just because he recites scriptures easily. He is only a man of straw and nothing more. Even as his external appearance is that of a monk, he cannot remove his worldly desires. He is not a homeless brother. He is no more than an infant clothed in a monk's robe. Those who are able to concentrate and control the mind, who contain wisdom, who have removed all worldly desires, and those whose purpose is to attain enlightenment, only these can be called the true homeless brothers. A true homeless brother determines to reach his goal of enlightenment even though he loses his last drop of blood and his bones crumble into powder. Such a man, trying his best, will finally attain the goal and give evidence of it by his ability to do the meritorious deeds of a homeless brother. I'm seeing Kobe again. It's like, just I hear it. I don't fuck with you. Just because you become better and just your attainment to be better. You know what I mean? You master this by just mastering yourself. Number 5, the mission of a homeless brother is to carry forward the light of Buddha's teachings. I'm here, and that's what it said, the light. I have to carry all their lights. I have to share all of their, you know what I mean? That's what I am, as the light worker, you know? He must preach to everyone. He must wake up sleeping people. He must correct false ideas. He must help people have the right viewpoints. He must go everywhere to spread the teaching, even at the risk of his own life. And that's it. They're going to kill you. You're a witch. I go to places, you know what I mean? And that's it, where I am right now. I am with some serious fucking scary ass fucking homeless ass fucking peoples in this this is hotel. And that's it. It's like God wants us to carry our light into the darkest places. Like he did Jesus. He put him in danger, but he protected him. And I'm seeing Mike. Mike, he wants you to go out into the land and proclaim his word. You're totally a fucking, what did I used to call him, guys? A lumberjack. I called him a lumberjack. I called him the tree of life. I was like, he's just like a tree, steady in the earth. And that's what they call me to do, to set up my little tabernacle and to go into these places and spread my light to his fallen children. They're very few, but they are. Those that have, you know what I mean, that hear him but don't know him. The mission of a homeless brother is not an easy one, so he who aspires to it should wear Buddha's cloths, sit on Buddha's seat, and enter into Buddha's room. To wear Buddha's clothes means to be humble and to practice endurance. Dang, bro. Dang. We're getting there, bro. We're getting there. Getting it. You should be getting it. Getting while the getting is good. I see Kobe, bro. We're in a new level, bro. We. Not me. We. And that's it. They can't ascend unless I ascend. And we have ascended. We went from some dirty ass, dark ass, fucking Kalik ass, motherfucking ass energy that we are together in this, dude. And that's it. They can't get there. I gotta get it. I gotta bear the light. Oh. You understand that Kobe is a Buddha? Maybe you didn't see him in that godly form because we hadn't experienced that form of Kobe yet. But in the sense of we had the dark side of Kobe. We had the dark side. I needed the dark Kobe. Now we got, and that's why I said, where Kobe? I just made a whole thing about him just the other day. I was like, he was my dark God that got me through this, that taught me the endurance and the patience. He taught me these virtues. And here we come back again in the light, bro. We meet again, Master Shifu. To wear Buddha's clothes means to be humble and to practice endurance. To sit on Buddha's seat means to see matters as non-substantial and to have no attachment. To enter into Buddha's room means to share his all-embracing great compassion and to have sympathy for fucking everyone. Bro, this is a whole nother level of fucking... It's just beautiful. I mean, yeah, it's my level. It's my level, but these are my devils, bro, and we made it together. Hey, look, Ma, we made it, bro. Like, you taught me and I taught you, and this, look where we're at. This is where you been when you left me? You had to go do some light work? You dark-skinned mother... Just kidding. This is just... Forgive me. This is beautiful. Because that's what it's about, is they can't ascend without me ascending. Their job, we ascend together. Together, we rise. I do the work here. This is my story, but you don't understand where this story came from. This story came from the spirit. That spirit walked the flesh. His name was Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant walked me through the dark night of the soul to bring me to this place. As a fucking homeless brother. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. That's exactly who brought me to this bullshit. Brought me as a homeless brother. Brother. What's up, brother? I love you. Oh, that's what I mean. I can't see you, but I see you everywhere, bro. I see you everywhere. I see you even in the clappy clap. Just make it clap, bro. Oh, I love him. I'm just filled with it right now. I'm filled with his spirit. It's like, man, that's what it means to embody a spirit, to work with a spirit, to be part, you know what I mean? He's not my spirit. He is his own beautiful fucking spirit that worked with me and lives within me and got me. You know what I mean? Like, this is just all testament. But what are we? Christ-like, all embracing great compassion and having sympathy for everyone. Let me say it one more time for those in the back. To wear the Mamba clothes means to be humbled, to practice endurance. To sit in the Mamba seat means to see matters as non-substantial and to have no attachments. To enter the Mamba room means to share his all-embracing great compassion and to have sympathy for everyone. He kind of, that's where it is he didn't fully in the flesh. That's what I mean. In the dark, you push so hard in the dark, but we had to learn that, dude, together, all of us together, because we stick together in this shit. You know what I mean? You know, you're like, nah, Kobe really wasn't that compassionate. He was all compassion. He just didn't have the patience for your bullshit, bro. He wasn't very sympathetic to the bullshit. He don't got no sympathy because he believes that you can be more. But he learned. And that, where did he learn? Through his daughter. He learned to have sympathy for the children. And then he was able to have sympathy for the adults. I love you, Kobe Bryant. All right. I'm going to stop on that one. So now we know who's speaking through and who. Ha-ha! What'd it do? I never ever opened this book. I mean, I don't think I did. Did we? I don't know. There's a lot of... I don't know what I don't know. Let's open right here. Where are we? Krishna. The cosmic vision. These are all of them. Arjuna was the one that spoke and that... this is a lot. I'm just going to read it. I'm not going to give you their storylines. Arjuna is somebody you can look up. Krishna. Sanjaya. All right, Arjuna. Out of compassion, you have taught me the supreme mystery of the self. Through your words, my delusions is gone. You have explained the origin of end of every creature. O Lordess I One, you told me your own supreme limitless existence. Just as you have described your infinite glory, O Lord, now I long to see it. I want to see you as a supreme ruler of creation. That's why he's here, Vishnu. O Lord, master of yoga, if you think me strong enough to behold it, show me your immortal self. Krishna. Oh, it was Krishna. Okay, behold, Arjuna, a million divine forms with an infinite variety of colors and shapes. Behold the gods of the natural world, and many more wonders never revealed before. Behold the entire cosmos turning within my body, and the other things you desire to see. But these things cannot be seen with your physical eyes. Therefore, I give you the spiritual vision to perceive my majestic power. And that's it, guys. I don't see shit in my eyes. I might see something out of the corner. No, my eyes are turned off. You'll see I usually don't blink. Everything I see is in the vision of my imagination, as you would call it, the intuition. They're like, your third eye is open. Yeah, it never closes. I see through that clearer than what's in front of me. And that's what they're like, what are you looking at? I don't know. Not this. I don't see through these eyes. All right, so Sanjaya, having spoken these words, Krishna, the master of yoga, revealed to Arjuna his most exalted lordly form. He appeared with an infinite number of faces, ornament by heavenly jewels, displaying unended miracles and countless weapons of his power, clothed in celestial garments and covered with garlands, sweet smelling with heavenly fragrances. He showed himself as an infinite Lord, the source of all wonders, whose face is everywhere. If 1,000 suns were to rise in the heavens at the same time, a blaze of their light would be reassembled in the splendor of the Supreme Spirit. And that's it. Okay, so you're like, what? What? And that goes back to Revelations. You know, they saw the serpent with the so many heads and the so many this. I'm like, how do I make your small mind feel? They have the mind of a walnut. That's what I heard. Okay, calm down. in the sense of you can stare at it, and in the thousands of heads, it's showing all the different faces I've ever been in time, right? It appeared with infinite number of faces. I can show you my face in a million faces, and I'm seeing Michael Jackson's, it's white, it's black. All the faces keep changing, right? That's what happens to me every time I go to Mother Cabrini's shrine and stare at her face. That face turns into 5 million different faces, bro. It turns into every woman in history, women I've known, myself, every woman, that face changes. And that's it. The divine feminine is seen in all faces. God is seen in infinite faces. You see him in all faces. You can't just put him in one space. Okay? Ornamented by heavenly jewels, displaying unended miracles and countless weapons of his power. Meaning you can't even count how many you've seen. It was like a whole room, but then there was more room, and then it went around the corner, and then it just kept going on and on and on until the end of the sea. The miracles, they just keep flashing. You saw all these wonders and stuff. It's like you can't see it. It's unbelievable. Where does all this happen? In the third eye. It's just an awakening where you're like, I can't. It's too much. It's too bright. I'm going to pass out. You know what I mean? In the heavenly fragrances, showed himself as the infinite Lord, the source of all wonders, whose face is in everywhere. And that's it. Where are you? Everywhere. Everywhere. If 1,000 suns were to rise in the heavens at the same time, the blaze of their light would resemble the splendor of the Supreme Spirit. And that's what it is. What is he? Light. 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 I can't explain it. It's not the light of the sun. That's fire. It's not the same. You don't understand that light. That's fire. He's light like the stars, but not the stars, because again, they're fire. He's an unbelievable light. There within the body of the God of gods, Arjuna saw the manifold form of the universe united as one. Filled with amazement, his hair standing on end in ecstasy, he bowed before the Lord with joined palms and spoke these words. I have to stop there. I'm going back to a vision. Okay, so Jesus comes, right? Jesus comes to get the baby. He doesn't incarcerate. He takes over. He comes in a body form, and that's it. They can, after they've mastered it, they don't have to be in the form of the body. They can be in any form, and they can embody anybody. I saw this a few weeks ago, and I haven't really shared it. I shared it with Marshall. I told Marshall, he comes for the baby. He comes for my firstborn, and they take him so that I continue the fight. How can I be a mother during the end times? How can I do your great works and raise this child? They planned it. They come for the baby. They take the baby away during the end times. I seen it. I told you. I saw that I'm sitting there pregnant, and Jesus walks up, and I bow, and then I grab my man's hand. I didn't see what happens later. And that what happens later is a conversation. He's here. I'm about to go into birth. He's here for the baby. He's here for the baby. That's what happens. I saw that in a vision. And the only reason I'm telling you this is because it's not a prophecy if I didn't tell you it was going to happen. If I were the only one to know, then how would you have known that this was always going to be? I seen it. And it says it. They come and they take the baby to heavens. And the dragon continues to, to search for the woman. Right? And that's it. They can't kill the baby if the baby's not there. But they'll still continue. And that goes back to Troy. It's like if I give myself back to Agamemnon, they'll still burn the city. He's not here for you. And that's where it continues. So I had to point that out. I did tell Marshall because I have to tell somebody some of these things. Some of them have to be told. All right, let's get into our cards real quick. That was from all of our ascending masters. And what was it about? Knowing thyself, compassion, understanding that that's what we're doing right now. The science of self-realization, self-incarnation, self-awakening, enlightenment. There's many words of what it was called. It's happening right now. Okay? And I'm a homeless brother. That was a good one. And that's it. Milia said it one day. I kept telling them, don't be outside. Don't be bringing attention to us like we're fucking homeless. She said, Mom, we are homeless. And she just put me in my skin. And that was when I was facing it too, after I'd already had to, when Bobby's like, are you homeless? I had to realize, yeah, bitch, I'm homeless. I'm for real homeless. I'm super homeless. But I'm homeless for God. And that's what I said. And now here comes Buddha. Here comes Kobe to be like, we are homeless for God. And as I look at Mike, you're homeless because of God. You're homeless for God. He's made you homeless for him.
No.
when you could have just sacrificed it like I did. It doesn't matter. Either way, it hurts. I'll tell you that much. I'll tell you. What does it hurt? Your pride. But guess what? We've mastered it, bro. How are you there? You rang that bell. You should let me ring you. You rang the bell, bro. You started it. It was you. It could have been. Your higher self said it was time for you to be initiated into the homeless brotherhood. Hey, me and my kids are good at this, bro. They're even better than you would ever imagine, bro. They're ascending masters. They're just, dude, trust me, we're not alone. We got Michael Jackson and shit. You already know how this goes. All right, what do we got? Who do you want to talk to? What angel are we talking to today? We went to the fucking cherubim. That was fun. As soon as we left them, we were out of there. Metatron, where are we at? This is a good one. Barachel. She's bringing in our daily bread. That's what I need today. Oh, man. God is working miracles, bro. I got to make like $200 today, but I only have to do it in 4 rides. But it's got to be done, and God waits to the last goddamn minute, but I know he's going to do it. He's going to do it, bro. How did you do this? He did it, bro. I knew you could do it. That's him with me. I knew you could do it. No, I knew you could do it. Now get it done. Number 14, Barachel. Sorry. I mean, you got to keep up with my story, dude. A bitch is about to lose everything, and God said, not today, bitch. All right, where are we at? We're all over the place, to be honest. We were in the golden ray, but we're also in the orange ray. What is the orange ray? Your sacral chakra. You know what I mean? This is where all of this sexual stuff is coming from. So you should be having a carnelian, orange calcite, amber. Amber is the color of my energy. Mexican fire opal. That's why he's in Mexico. Hey, you better just quit laying on the juice so heavily, dude. I'm going to fucking totally... the sweeter the berry, shut up. He's going back to that fermentation. A sunstone. Essential oil, wild orange. Okay, today we're dealing with our creativity, passion, intimacy, sexuality, sensuality, happiness, motivation, pleasure, fertility, adaptability, generosity. But at the same time, we went into, dealing with oh God, get out of my face, Gabriel. Oh no, it's Gabriel again. We got another purpose this week. He's gonna hit us with some shit. Fucking Gabriel, leave me alone, bro. Please and thank you. Uh-oh, the twin. They want me to tell you about the twin. Here we go again. The mighty Iron are a pair of great twin angels who are said to reside in the 6th heaven, together with another set of twin angels known as the Quadcin. The Iron constitute the highest council of judgment in the heavenly courts. They are among the 8 ultra-powerful angels, which have a rank in the superior, even that of the mighty Metatron. That's it. It's like above Metatron is more. According to the Bible, ready? The Iron are known as the Watchers, and as the Watchers, they were able to see the whole truth of every situation. In their oracle, they are shown as a male and female, and that's the Justice we keep pulling. And that's why I was like, oh, they want you to talk about them. Shit. And that's Judgment. And that's it. It's like he doesn't work alone. Jesus isn't working alone on this. As Watchers, they are able to see the whole truth of every situation. In an oracle, they are shown as male and female philosophers and politicians from ancient Greece. Would that be Hades and Persephone over there? They are wearing blindfolds as a nod to Lady Justice and a notion of blind justice. The Iron sees absolutely everything, so when they are around, we are rarely even able to hide from ourselves. And that's it. They had me in Justice. I was like, you got me in trouble again. Here we are, looking at the mirror. It's not just me, though. He's got to heal this stuff, too. It's just I'm taking a lot of it on. Why? Because I take on the brute of this. I always take the booty. It's a Sagittarius thing. Oh, and you saw my legs and stuff, right? Told you, he built me beast-like, bro. Seriously, women try to fucking mold their bodies into what God has made me. True story. They open our eyes to which may have been previously blind and show us where we have been blindsided so that they can help us achieve the gift of true discernment. That's yesterday. I was pulling the cards. I'm like, oh my God, it's you. Get away from me. The mirror. What did I keep pulling? Mirabelle. I keep going from Gabriel to Mirabelle. Ooh, Sethiel, Devotion. See, to Mirabelle, which is the mirror, which is the high priestess, the only one. I keep going from Holy Purpose to the mirror, and then we went to the Justice. My cards read different than yours. I know how to read mine a little bit different than yours. It's like, you read tarot? No, I read oracle. All right. In the sense of what did we're talking about our holy purpose. We're talking about introspection, which is the high priestess that you keep pulling. You know what I mean? Who is Gabriel in your stories? You know what I mean? And that's it. And that's, come on, Gabriel would be the tower. Ultimately, Gabriel is always a fucking tower. So you got the tower, you've got the high priestess, and then you got justice. Yeah, bro. You just don't know how to read God, all of God. Did you see how I just pulled out Jesus out of Buddha, Krishna, and Melchizedek? We're not done. I can pull Jesus out of anywhere. I'm going to pull him out of you. You keep bringing the Lilith out. We're going to be in trouble. This is going to be the best ever, bro. Are you ready? I'm not ready. I'm trying to get ready. I need practice. I gagged the last time. I need practice, apparently. Anyways. True story. Blind justice. The iron sees absolutely everything. So when we are around, we are rarely even able to hide from ourselves. They open our eyes to which we have been, blah, blah, blah. Likewise, if you are in a situation where the truth seems to evade, and that's it. What is he? Who is he? Why are you here? What are you doing here? What role do you play? And I was like, oh, step back. Call on the iron to clearly show you the truth at the heart of the matter. Most empaths and sensitives are highly susceptible to seeing only the good in others. However, this can be disempowering when we later discover another had been acting in a way that was not entirely integrity, or perhaps they were acting selfishly and didn't have the best of intentions with regards to the impact of their actions upon us. Yeah, they didn't. Yeah, whatever. To me, the iron represents ultimate justice, balance, harmony, and order. Whenever they appear, they carry a set of silver and gold scales. That's funny because I've got 2 Libras. Which one's the gold? Which one's the silver? I mean, should we really? They use these scales to help us recognize the duality and polarities in our lives. And that's it. Look at the absolute polarities in Marshall Mathers and Russ. Look at the absolute polarities, but the dualities, because there's so many. He is him, you are this is that. It's like it's the crone versus the maiden. Can we get a mother in this? Can I get a witness? The duality and the polarities of our lives, and shows us where more balance may be needed. And that's what he's teaching me. Okay. Lucifer brings out all the darkness. But Hades taught me to love it. I love it. It's great. It's a great life. Lucifer was filled with rage and vengeance and all of the shadows of being dark. But Hades was filled with all of the, he loved it. He was just dark. Just embrace it. Duality or polarities with our lives, and shows us where more balance is needed. Like Soquid Hosey, and that's the balance of our divine feminine and divine masculine, and Zuriel, they can also help align our masculine and feminine energies. But mostly they also help us to delineate between, that's not the word you should put, between right and wrong in order to keep ourselves accountable for our actions. And that's it. You're just as bad as me, but there's nothing wrong with either of us. Let me calm down real quick. And that's where I keep getting you. I'm like, you're being a hoe-ass hoe. You're like, you're a hoe-ass hoe. Hoe. It's like, you keep putting me in my place. I don't like this. I was over here just, moving everybody around the way, pushing everybody around the board how I wanted. And here you come to stand on the board, and I got to stand up and I don't like this. Or to stand up to those who may be wronging us or taking advantage of our good nature in some way. And that's it. He praises God. It may not be my God, but that's what's great. You didn't have to praise my God. You just have to believe in God. I'll show you, show me yours, I'll show you mine. And that's where all this came into. It's like he is a dark, high priest to my, to the light high priestess. The iron can help, and that's what he said too, the yin to the yang. Shut up, bro. I'm not ready for all that. Don't try to tie me down. You ain't gonna tie me down. I've accepted your role and our responsibility, but I haven't really wrapped my head around it. I'm still going through the ego part of it. I'm not really ready for this. Like, this is it. This guy. Are you ready for this guy? Are you okay? No, obviously I'm still fighting it. What am I fighting? I don't know. My fears. The iron can help highlight any injustice and how, and that's like it. What are you afraid of? I don't know. I really don't. I'll tell you when it comes up. There's always some subconscious fear that stops me from being me. The iron can help highlight any injustice and show you how to act as a peaceful but powerful mediator to help resolve issues from the highest possible vantage point. All right, this powerful pair of angels are incredible potent. I should have brought their card. This is not who we're talking to today. Forgive me, Barachel. Some other day. I'm sorry. Today's not your day. I mean, as much as I wanted to accept your blessings, and I will, we have justice upon us. Where are you guys, you justice asses? All right, so here's me. Oh, no, here's the Shekinah and the Sophia. And then we go into the Rainbow Children. And here's the Iron. This is who we're dealing with. Which stands for truth. The twins of justice. Let's see. Are incredible potent to pray to if you're involved in a legal situation or court case. You can ask them to raise the matter up to a higher justice in order. I know, right? That's what I told them. You keep taking me to court. We keep courting. In order to be reviewed by the heaven courts. There are justice systems in every dimension and every level of existence. So if you ever feel you are being unfairly tested and cannot see a way out of entanglement, call the iron to intervene on behalf and bring, and that's it. They keep bringing me to court with you. And bring the fastest and most harmonious and fair resolution to the situation. If you invite the iron into your life, they will bring in swift alignment to the core of the truth and help you find and awaken your most authentic self possible. Here's the message. Ask us to bring you clarity when the truth evades you. And that's what I kept saying yesterday. Who are you? What are you doing here? Why are you here? Why do you keep bringing me to fucking court? Why are you such... He's Lilith. He's Lilith. I didn't really fully understand that, but I knew you were just like me, but just like an untamed me. We can help you to discern the right choices when making an important decision or when you are unsure of your highest course of action. With our help, anything remains hidden will soon come swiftly out of the light. All right, and then there's an invocation to learn them. I'm going to get to the bottom. Being willing to accept the truth, however harsh, is the gift of the iron. Being willing to look deep inside your own mind and thoughts processes to uncover where you may have been hiding from the truth. Also, be willing to look at where you have perhaps been overlooking the reality of another's actions or intentions. Resolve to rebalance any discrepancies. Okay. As far as the shady people, God will make them seen, and don't worry about all that bullshit. Just try to catch yourself in your own lies. Don't worry. You spend way too much time trying to point out these are all the Christ consciousness. Right after this, truthfully, comes the Christ consciousness. It comes Christ, and then it becomes Metatron, I think, and then Actriel. There's UDL. There's Maribel, which is the High Priestess. Sethael, which is devotion, which is pretty much the Buddhist. If we're walking about the light, then comes fucking Gabriel, I told you, with your holy ass purpose. And then comes Melchizedek is not in this. The purple ray, that's Zuriel, Zadekel. He brings you all of that fucking alchemical transformation and all that knowledge and shit, the hermetic shit. They're like workers of him. Do you notice how it's like you got to learn with them and then they tell you that you're ready? That's how it works. Raziel, this is where he teaches you the Kabbalah. He teaches you all of this shit. Again, it all is into sacred geometry. You have to go with them, and this is where we need to get to. We need to get to Alaska. You know what I mean? And then you go in with Michael. There's the whales again. As Asriel, Sachael, which is, these are all stages, right? We're going backwards. But this is how it all works and stuff. So it's really an ascension, but it's also, again... It's your ascension. So let's see. Since we were in them, they are part of a specific ray. The platinum ray, which is the cosmic, far above the edge of the Earth's atmosphere. Activation of your light body, perfect flow, unification, oneness, all chakras become one. Unified chakra, complete alignment, totality, stellar alignment, cosmic balance. Crystals are platinum, I don't know, none of these. Get the book. Essential oil is magnolia. The star is the Vega, brightest star of Lyra, and the Apollo's harp. Interesting. So yeah, we got a lot going on. Was there one other one? Oh, Lumerians need to speak. So now you know who's guiding us. We have a lot going on. The Justice Angels, the Watchers. The Watchers. And let's go into the Lumerians, and then we can get out of here. What do I got going on? Lunch, and then work. I gotta work. But I'm working on God's schedules. That's good. What are we getting? Luminescence. Luminescence. Number 35. And I turned literally straight to it. On page 94 and 95. Self-love, the light that radiates from our hearts. Light shining in the darkness. Heart-centered living. Removing your heart armor. Accepting your shadows as the flip side of your strength. A vulnerable, wide-opened heart. Authentic, heartfelt needs. Well, if we weren't all there. When we choose to journey through life from our hearts, it illuminates the darkness. An illusion drops away and we see what is real. That's what happened with Russ. And I started to see him, how I started to feel what I used to feel for him earlier. I felt it. I couldn't really see what made it, but I could feel it. I had these feelings, each of them, I had these feelings, my heart opened for them. But as much as it opened and I tried to walk in these feelings, it illuminated all my darkness. Everything that kept me from walking in these. I had to face every fear. And he started a lot of it. I fell in love with Russ. And he opened up, you know what I mean? He illuminated so much, and he does it quite often. He shows me my darknesses. But then again, you know, that's why you can only show me so much. And that's where I am right now. I'm still with Wolfman, another man that's showing me more layers of my healing that needs to be done. I can't get close to you. There's more work. I'm trying. Every time I get close to somebody, there's work. In the sense of there was nothing stopping me from Marshall. I got as close as he would let me. It wasn't me anymore. It's not me that's stopping me from Russ. It's not me that stopped me from Bobby, although it was. It's not me as I'm approaching Tree on the 24th that's stopping me from facing Tree. That means I have pushed myself to the limits with these men where there's no more we've met the limitations. It's the end. Although we've come to the end of that means I can't learn anymore from you. There's no more growth. We can't do anything. It's stagnant. It's blocked energy. You won't let me in, and there's nowhere for me to go, so I must go. I can't go any further with Marshall. I've go as far as I can. Every time I've brought every bit of me to him, that nothing stands between me and him, nothing on my side. And I've told them this a million times. The only thing stopping us is you. And if you want to go back to you punk asses, who's been the bravest? Bobby. Bobby stood before me. And all that fear, he knows what I am. He saw me. I sent him that fucking video of what I did at Broncos Stadium. He's seen it. He knows what I am. But none of that mattered when I stood before him. And I was none of that when I stood before him. No psychic shit. No none of that shit. No gods. No nothing. Just us. In this moment. And that's it. What happened? As close as we got to love, then he had to face... He illuminated his darknesses. It's just how it works, dude. It's like I want to love you, but every time I get close to you, I got to face me. And what's wrong with me? And that's it. It's like you don't give up. You get so caught up fixing one thing that you don't even want to go try again. Because it's like, I know this is going to happen every fucking time. I'm so tired of facing me. Just trying to get close to you. And that's kind of where it is. And then I finally faced all parts of me that stood between me and Lewis. I love the shit out of you, Lewis. If you'd let me. They won't let me. Why? Because there's parts of them that they can't face, that won't let them. Same as there was parts of me that wouldn't let me love Russ. Wouldn't let me love fucking Tree. Wouldn't let me love Bobby. Won't let me love Wolfman. We work through those. All illusions drop away and we see what is real. What does self-love look like for you? Self-love is often talked about, but we don't always consider its deep implication. One of the keys for bringing heaven to earth is the realization of our optimal reality. Going back to Allie. 25. And you're so kind. I'd have to change everything about me just to love you. To create a new earth, to create a new earth, not dissimilar to the Lumerians' utopia, we navigate or illuminate our journey through our hearts. When our core foundations are integrity and kindness, our choices are ethical, and our soul radiates warmth, holding compassionate space for others, and inspires others to carry it forward. Unfortunately, as we travel through life, we often armor ourselves to protect our hearts. We fear them to be delicate and vulnerable, but this is the contrary to the incredible power of having a full open heart. Sadly, we can toss a... I'm seeing that moment. I'm seeing them all. It's like I've been rejected and humiliated so many times, but yet I can show that it's okay and I can still open my heart. And that's where it is I'm the girl that lived. All the things that kill you, bro, it kills. I still got up and was still ready to love you again. And love harder and love more. And that's Kobe. Love them. Don't stop loving them. It hurts. You can do this. You weren't hurting me. It just hurt me to love you that much. Sadly, we can toss parts of ourselves into the trash because we cannot see how they serve us, or they may feel too ugly or painful. And that goes back to it in the very beginning. If I don't fix myself, he's never going to love me. He's never going to accept me. Who? Well, it started with Bobby, but then went to each of them. I felt it with all of them. A sense of I was not enough. And I had to just keep fighting to realize I was always enough with each and every one of them. Lewis, what did I fight with Lewis? Look at him. Every form of insecurity you could have. Every bit of my negativity. You're such a fucking evil bitch compared to this loving, sweet, beautiful man. He'll never accept you. And I cried about it too. It's like your dog has more class than the life I've lived. He even eats better. Truthfully. He eats more fruits and vegetables than I do. And it's like, I had to love myself to say that, a man like Lewis could love me. And that was, going back to my picture, I just shared it in my post. It was, I remember that day. It's when I got my cards. It was my goddess cards, my crystal mandala cards. And I'm up there. I'm still like 200 fucking pounds, bro. I'm big. But look at how beautiful I am. And in that big, beautiful girl, I had to believe I was beautiful enough for Lewis Hamilton. I had to fight all those fears to say, you could love me and I'll love the shit out of you. Even though you're so beautiful, you make me, completely blush and I don't want to look at you. You know what I mean? I had to fight for all of that stuff. I had to fight all of these things. Because, I feel this way. I feel like I could. I feel like I could if I could just be brave. But being brave is hard. Loving yourself is about accepting all of yourself, including the parts you may consider less desirable. And that goes back to my stretch marks. I was like, oh God, what if he doesn't like this? So I took a picture and I sent him to Marshall. It's like, what do you think? Could you deal with this? And then I had to sit there and just stare at him and I was like, they're beautiful. Why wouldn't he? Fine. If you don't like this, then you don't like me. Self-love is unconditional. As we make the journey to wholeness, we see that the parts we have severed from ourselves are counterpart to our greatest strengths. And that's it. I'm like, like ego death. He didn't know I was homeless. He didn't know anything. But it didn't stop him from being, from wanting to be next to me. But yeah, it stops him from, a lot of other things. That's what God said. He made it sound nice, though. It's like they can't leave their queens to be with a maidservant of God. A homeless brother. I love you! That was Pac all the way, dude. Only Pac would make that funny. That was Pac, bro. I was like, I am. And it makes sense that it makes sense he put me in the streets. If a rose grew in the cement. I love you, Pac. He makes it okay. He makes being okay. It's okay. That's what he does. Keep your head up. That's what I said. It's like, oh God, he's gonna find out I'm homeless. Bitch, you've been homeless since you left your house. What are you talking about? This is not new. You've been homeless for like 2 years. Now you're part of the brotherhood. Get on with it. I know. Where is my fucking RV? Seriously though. Okay, keep going. You don't get an RV, you're homeless. That's not funny. That's not funny. I don't like you. I don't like you. All right. We also realized these actions we thought benefited others when we went out of our way to please, fall short, or fall away. In that place, we can allow authentic gifts. That's what I told Barbie. He's like, looks at all you fucking celebrities like, ugh. Not like Tree. Like, I could be, oh God, Tree really likes you, Russ. Oh God. I mean, I get it. You all like each other. You like each other more than I like you, to be honest. I just love you. You really like each other's egos. I don't like the ego part of you. Ego. Let go. Let go of your ego. Anyways. But he'd sit there looking at you guys like, I'm none of these men. I can't compare with these men. What the fuck are you comparing to? They got serious issues, bro. Like, you mean their money? They're tight. They're not even going to give us any, so don't worry about it. They're broker than us. They're very scared about that money. I mean, seriously. As he sees me, he pulls up and I'm buying a coffee. I'm buying drinks and stuff to the homeless person at the 7-Eleven. I was like, I'm homeless and I can provide. These motherfuckers is rich and can't do shit for nobody. Not fucking nobody. They got problems, bro. I told him that honestly all the time. It's like, he looks at these like, he's like, and then I sent him, oh, that was not nice. And then I sent him, when he called me, you know, he's like, I don't know what voices are talking to you. And some other shit. It's like, if you don't stop calling me crazy, I sent him the video of Wolfman. I think it was a Scorpio video telling him on himself. He's about to tell you about yourself before I do. Anyway, he's like, oh. And he's such a respectful guy. He's like, he's handsome and great or something. I don't know. It's in the messages. I'm like, he's such a good guy, but he just doesn't think so much of himself. He thinks everyone else, you know? In the essence of Russ, I could be that guy. I could be that guy. Don't stop doing it. It's like, I fucking love you. Can you stop trying? I can't stand this. Stop being these guys. I don't even like these guys. The way that they're being right now. I tried to tell you, fuckheads. All right, anyways. And that's it too. Consider how you relate to your world, and when you come to it from a happy place of fullness, doing things because you want to. Sometimes we feel we must give our happiness to show we care for others, but when we live our joy, it affects others. Acting from an uninspired obligation, and a cloud it brings can hold no light to that joy. And that's it. You guys are just trying to hold your pride. You're not trying to hold your joy. You're trying to hold your pride, bro. You're trying to hold up to what you said, your commitments and your contracts. You know what I mean? That's really what it is that's keeping you in unhappy places. Sorry. I'm sorry. Oh God, take your children out of the room. This is about to be very inappropriate. I saw it was like, who wants a blowjob? And it's like, like, I really want to try. I need the practice. That's what they show me right now. Like, just have fun, bro. And that goes back to this dirty ass fucking Wolfman. He's totally gonna encourage some dirty shit like that. I want a blowjob. What are you doing? You feel like giving me enough. Marshall, are you tired of blowjobs? And then there's that guy. Where did that come from? Because they have boring relationships, and I get them excited, and they're kind of excited about the excitement. Not necessarily my mouth, but Annie's. I get it, bro. It's a part we deny. You shouldn't deny yourself a blowjob. There's women out there that are wanting to do it more than you know. God. I laugh so hard. I can't hold it in. Okay, I'm crying. That's what I heard. The cry from the universe. I want a blowjob. What did we come here for? For me to run my mouth. I can't stand it. If you put us all together, dude, we're gonna die. Like, literally. Nobody's going to be able to stop us because they'll just keep adding fuel to the fire. It's just unbelievable. The whole orgy.
I heard that.
I said it in the beginning. I said it might be a pagan orgy.
I'm surprised you know that, but not the devil's tango.
I cannot. I'm sorry. I have a dark sense of humor, obviously. Am I making jokes or am I being serious? I told you. These noises start coming out of me. Can't hold my body up. Stop, please. Why does everything have to be so funny? Gosh. Alright. Ugh. Let me clear my throat. I cannot. I fell to the ground. I'm gonna have a knot on my head. Fucking kid. Alright, stop. Then Russ want to come and make some songs that don't even capture the idea of what we're really talking about here. Alright. Accepting our less desirable aspects doesn't make the behavior that may arise from it okay. Accepting your whole self means that being okay with the foundations that create these insecurities and bringing them back into balance. A technique for painting light involves balancing the surroundings with a dark color. The darker the what the fuck is that word, Marshall Mathers? That looks like something you'd say in one of your rhymes. Juxtaposition, whatever. Go ahead, take it and put it in. I challenge you to a duel. Do what you want with that word. It's not even in a human dictionary. Try to pronounce it. Juxtaposition. I don't give a shit. The brighter and the light appears. This is a great analogy for accepting the aspects of our deeper selves. Be real with your shadows so you can let more light in and shine brighter. Love is the most potent and healing tool that we have, and the more we feel, the more we create. It is contagious too. The more we live from our hearts, the more we find it in our lives. So how do we kickstart this wholeness of being? Be present and authentic with your heartfelt needs. And I said that yesterday. Just do what your heart's telling you to do. And that's the bravery, is just following your heart. Have an awareness and a softening towards your unloved parts. It may seem easier said than done, but we start seeing things from a gentler, more compassionate place, away from judgment. And that's it. Is like, you want to persecute yourself for being yourself, for not knowing better, for not doing better, for not being likable, for not saying the right thing. It's like, why did you say that? Why did you do that? And I'd just be laughing at myself like, damn, I guess that's, did you say that? Where did that come from? That goes back to Bobby. Oh, you motherfucker, you. So he's trying to talk to me in the summer. We're talking while I'm in Mr. Plum's. I'm talking to him. I think it's the full moon of fucking Scorpio happens. And I'm talking to him. And I just keep getting irritated with him because all he wants to talk about is that part of our connection. And I'm like, I'm a whole ass priestess. You have no respect. And I don't want to be that girl. And you shouldn't make me that girl. And I'm just supposed to be, you know what I mean? Why can't we just be friends? Right? So then I don't fucking I talk to him that night, and then I block him, and we don't talk for 6 months or so. And then I go and like, hey, it's me again. I want to talk about all this again. It's like, you keep bringing this shit up year after year. Obviously I do. I want to talk about it again. He's like, all right. And then we started talking, and he's like, yeah, I think it's best that we don't have that kind of relationship, that we don't mess around and shit. And all of a sudden I'm like, wait, what? Like, you don't want to hook up with me? And I got the messages to prove it. I got filled with all these kind of rejection and insecurity. Like, wait a minute. I always thought I had this part of you, and now you're telling me I can't have this part? I didn't even know I wanted it, but now that you said I can't have it, I want it, and I'm pissed off. It's all in the messages. I swear to God, it's in the messages and in my teachings. Go back to my birthday. This all happened around my birthday, November 30th. His birthday, November 17th. It happened right between those 2 weeks. It's all happening. And I'm like, he's trying to offer me everything that I wanted. And I get pissed off at him because I want exactly what I told him I didn't want. And I'm very confused. And now I'm saying, no, I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want that. And then you fast forward, that's all I wanted. You're like, oh, God, I don't know what I want. You can't figure me out. I can't figure me out either. Give me a minute. I'll figure this out. Again, just hold me while I'm crying my way through this. I'll figure it out. Do you want a blowjob? What got you into all this? Fucking blowjob? Fucking blowjob? Fucking blowjob? 2 years ago? Started this whole fucking story. Here we are again. Fucking dick sucking bitch. You succubus. Own thyself. Alright, come on. And you're like, you're unchristlike. What are you talking about? That has nothing to do with what I am. I carry Christ's consciousness, as he said, but I'm not me. God made me something different than what he made me. He just told me to be like that guy. I'm doing it. Get off me. I'm still me. I'm trying to be the best me I can be. You're like, how much better does this get? I get better. I get better. Every day. So says Kobe. I love you, Kobe. All right, be real with your shadows so you can let more light in, blah, blah, blah. Be patient, authentic. It may seem easier said than done, but when we start seeing things from a gentler, more compassionate place, away from judgment. In the bigger picture, we are all doing our best with best we can within our circumstances. Often the things that keep us out of our heart are much simpler to release than we realize. Finding what makes us happy and surrounding ourselves with those who are really see us and encourage us to go a long way. Be aware of those parts of yourself that you find easy to love and set goals for healing them. Healing themes that require extra care and attention. Honor your fantastic vessel, your body is. Look at what you are good at and grow your self-appreciation from this place. Wonder at the challenges you have moved through. Dream big, but also read about what is achievable. Do not compare yourself to others, as we all have our different struggles and strengths. Think about I am stumbling real hard. Hold on.
Stuttering, stutter.
Think about all you are grateful for. Acts of kindness. I'm seeing the full moon. And that's coming. I got to do some full moon ceremonies. Acts of kindness are another way to expand the heartfelt, feel-good vibes. Okay, that's what they're talking about. Why are we all in our heart? We're in the full moon of Cancer. And it's actually going to be, again, on a moon day. So it's extra alignment for you. And that goes back to the iron putting in alignment and balance and stuff. And you're supposed to be in... Cancer is all about that heart space. And Cancer is the moon sign. So it's a full alignment of it. And you're supposed to be speaking from your heart. You're supposed to be in an open heart space. And we go back to our Sabbath book. It told us to take baths and be around good vibes and family and stuff like that. But that's where it is your heart should be open, you know what I mean, right about now. And that goes back to you, Aries. Open your heart. Projection. Divinatory meaning on page 96, which is what? 69. Backwards.
69.
I'm like total kid, huh? Okay. Oh, God. Divinatory meaning. Consider the parts of yourself you may not be accepting. What am I not accepting about myself? I don't know. You may be experiencing an inner disordinance due to what you are trying to push away. That was it, too. I'm like, can you just go away? Just go away. I really don't want you to go away. It's like one of those... I'm telling you no, but it really is a yes. Every time I talk to you, it gets dirty. He likes it. He's a dirty guy. This card is about self-love. Bobby can't talk dirty. Okay, can't take that back. Sorry, it's true.
That's crazy. Dirty talk. Dirty talk.
I don't do it like I'm not trying to be sexy. It just sounds that way when it comes to. It's just dirty.
I'm better at dirty talking.
Like you're trying and it doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right. I just talk like this. It goes back to Russ and his songs. It doesn't sound right coming out of your mouth. You don't have the serpent tongue for that. I am full of so much joy. I can't. Why? Because my life is a fucking joke, bro. It's hilarious. Are you laughing? I am. Alright. Beware of the parts of yourself that you find blah blah blah. Where were we? Divinatory meaning. Yeah. This card is about self-love. That is the deep, compassionate, unconditional love of self that brings you into wholeness. Lumen essence means the essence of light. I see you, Russ. I see you. See you hiding behind that tree over there. Russ is trying to become the best version of himself. He's not accepting that right now he is the best version of himself. He's striving to be something better. Is he? Or is Marshall? Or is Lewis? Or is Royce? Logic, where are you? He's trying to get better. Logic's in a deep place. I don't know exactly. He's in a deep cryozone or something is what they're saying. I don't know where Logic is. He's in a deep place. He's in deep space is what I heard. Logically speaking. They're trying to become something. They think that when they get to this place, that's the place they need to be. That's where they've been striving to be. But if you ask them where it is, they couldn't tell you. Russ, he thinks it's a Grammy, but that's not realistic. That's not even on the plate. It doesn't, if you asked Russ what is he working for, and he told you a Grammy, would you believe him? That's what he says every year. So I'm laughing. Do you believe this guy? Fuck him. That's what he really believes. I love you. He really believes he's working towards a Grammy. Step back. Take a seat in the back with me. Do you believe the Grammy Association is going to give Russ a Grammy? Okay, then. Wouldn't you try to save Russ from trying to get something they're not going to give him? Wouldn't you care enough to tell him?
It's Ariana Grande.
Wouldn't you care enough to tell him to stop? Okay. Lewis! How's the Broncos doing, Lewis?
They're doing really good.
Lewis, you're supposed to be over here with the Broncos, not over there on your high horse trying to ride a Ferrari. You and your foreign bullshit. I swear to God, Lewis. Anyways, here's Lewis. Here's a little story. Lewis thinks his greatness comes from an 8-time world championship. Is he worthy of it? Has he done everything in his godly powers to be worthy of such honor? Yes. Okay. Cool. Lewis thinks that he's going to get one between now and forever. That's fine. Now step back with me, guys. Get you a seat. And these are not cheap seats. You ever been to Formula One? Can't even afford a ticket. That's why I got to watch that shit on my phone. But we got a better version. We could sit in the seat with him as he loses. That was a good one. Do you think fucking Ferrari's going to give Lewis Hamilton, their biggest competitor in all these years, they're going to give him over Charles Leclerc? They're going to give him an 8-time world champion? You think that's in the fucking mix of the politics of how this world works, how the universal justice system works? No. These are special victim crimes. You're better off in an ambulance, bro. In a sense. Hopefully in the front seat, not in the back. No. No, it's a no from the universe. And I don't need to be the one to tell you this. You can see it on the surface crunchers, if you just get your face out of it. The fuck are you fighting for this year, Allie? You're just waiting, huh? God. Sorry, it was his song that he just released. Waiting. He's just waiting. Waiting for what? For something amazing to happen? Get up and do something amazing. Hey, Wolfman, if there was ever a person that you wanted to, like, I don't know which one's worse, between Allie and Marshall, trying to get these two to date, holy shit, bro, it's like a date with death. Like, trying to get these two to get out there and put their heart out there. Man, you thought your last video sucked. And then you got Lewis. God, help me. You got to get half of them off of this death wheel and half of them onto it. It's like, oh, God. The Wheel of Fortune is what you keep getting. Fate. Anyways, going back to it. I mean, I don't know what you're doing. There is nothing that makes us shine more than the heart that is filled with love. You can shine through the shadows most gracefully when there is no fear within. Accepting your shadows so that they can more easily resolve. Allow more light and love inside and out of your world. They're going for their pride. What makes their pride? There's no pride in it. You know what I mean? What do I have to show for my life? Is where you stand. And everybody, get off your fucking high horse and go look at Mike. Mike worked harder than all of you this year. Last year. Since I've met him. And if his value was based on his property, then he don't stand for shit. He don't have a fucking pot to piss in, bro. Yeah, he's got whatever's left in the bank. That don't mean shit. His monetary value has absolutely nothing to do with his spiritual value, because his spirit will carry him through and create more abundance. And that's that lack mentality. Even though he was working the liminals and he was working himself and the material world, he lost control and had to sacrifice one or the other to go to that next level. Thank God it wasn't his spiritual world. And he didn't end up like Kanye. You know what I mean? Where you start out just a whole fucking idiot again. Like you have to learn spirituality all over again. Like you don't know God. And all you have is shame and guilt and regret for all of your sins and shames. Well, am I talking about Kanye or all the rest of you bastards? You know, in the essence, he's rich. He's far richer, and that's what I said about Bobby. He's far richer in the spirit than you guys are in the flesh, because he was brave enough to walk in his heart. Again, I don't fault him, because I myself know how when you do that, all it does is light up the darkness, and that's what I said happened. He realized real quick how wrong it was, his situation is. And he is that Two of Swords, just like the rest of you. I got to make a choice. And what is it? He's got to cut one of us off. And that goes back to it. Do you follow your heart or you follow security? All right, now step way back into my seat. We're talking about Adam and Eve. There is a story of their separation, but it doesn't matter. You have to see things in the far bigger picture than just your own skin and the storyline that you're playing. You're playing an epic story, an epic drama in the game of life. And your life is ever important during this. But the point is to understand your life and have appreciation for your life. And that's what it says in all of my books, and that's what I taught you, is when are you right with God? When you know that you're right with God. Nobody's going to tell you that you're right with God. I could tell you you're not right with God. You know what I mean? And that goes back to Kanye. You can't tell me nothing. Really? I think I could. I think I could get under your skin. I think I can make you question your faith and your connections, and I can make you question this whole world and this whole reality. There, Morpheus. And that's it, that's what Jesus taught, was know thyself. That's what Krishna, Buddha, all of the ascending masters, that's what all religions taught, was to the exploration of yourself and your spirit. to harness your spirit in the flesh, to walk in your heart space with love and compassion. All of them is the same. Do unto others as you shall have done unto yourself. Therefore, you start doing to yourself better so that you can do better with others. You know what I mean? And that's where it is. It's like Russ worked so hard on his outside world, not understanding it was all about the inside world. He was trying to keep up with the outside world. And then he looks up and he realizes everybody's outside world is a progression because they worked on their insides. You know what I mean? Like going back to Marshall. Marshall's going to win a Grammy, but he did exactly what you did. What was the difference? He actually did the work, dickhead. He actually did the work, and it shows in his actual fucking human skin that he's done this work. That such things, he doesn't live that way anymore. So, yours are just words. And it's great because you saw it, but now you got to apply it. Nobody faults you. We watched you. I mean, it was a good hustle. But now you got to hustle your ass to get back on the, to put it all in. The good thing is, Russ, it's all in there. You don't have to, you're not going to be the first to, it's not the first time you learning it. It'll just be the first time you applying it. You know what I mean? And once you start getting okay with the fact of hurting, feeling your own pain, you'll get through this. Where's logic? He's feeling his own pain, bro. Do you remember when we lost Lewis? What do you think Lewis felt all fucking last year? Nothing but failure, bro. He failed. He lost all last year. Everything. Mike just lost everything. I've lost everything. Marshall lost everything. You know what I mean? In the sense of, what did he lose? All that fucking anger, all that hatred, all of his childhood, everything he was holding on to, God took away. If I take this woman, I take away all your power. You know what I mean? And that brought it a lot. You don't understand. You don't want to take an L, but in order for us to win, we've got to lose a lot of things. We got to let go. We got to detach. And that's what I said to you. It's like Russ isn't going to take an L when all he wants to do is win. But you're never going to win like this, bro. You're looking stupid like Kanye out there. None of us are trying to win. We're just trying to fucking, you know what I mean? We're trying to master ourselves. We're old enough, dude. We're wise enough. We're there. We need to master ourselves. We need to realize that, in mastering ourselves, we will have the skills to be, bountiful in the outside world. But we need to work on ourselves. And that's it. You said it. It's like you're working on you. No, you're not. You're working on an album. You're working on a movie. You're working on hair products. You're working on clothes. You're working on everything but you. And I'm seeing that song. What's that fucked up song you made for your girl? Which one? Where she's, you know what I mean? She's crying, hoping that the therapy works. There's a lot of people waiting for you to get better. There's a lot of people rooting on you not. Those are those blood-sucking karmic family members you have that are, really loving the fact that you're very low vibrational. But you got 4.2 million fucking followers on Instagram that could really benefit from your healing. A lot more than you're suffering. And not just them, because then when they're playing their music in their houses, your high vibrational music, their children are healing too. You know what a song is that gets my kids? Every time. What if I told you that I love you?
A TikTok came up on my and I commented that my mom knew the dude.
Every time that song comes on, they're like, it changes their atmosphere. They go into a place. With Ali's song. They always got to go into a place with Ali's song. Where do I take them when I put on some Eminem music? Well, not really that often. Eminem's music takes them to fucking Fortnite. In that essence. But that's what it means. It's like, your voice is empowering to is impactful to your people, but how are you impacting them? And that goes back to your stupid ass fucking interviews talking about, you're inspiring people to stay in these feelings, bro. They're listening to your songs because they're in that same feeling with you, and you love that they're in that vibe with you, but you know that that's a bad vibe to be in. Boo-hoo childhood trauma. Fucked up dad and fucked up mama. That's a bunch of grown-ass people, bro. You know what I mean? In their teens, 20s, and 30s, walking around saying that just like you. Whoever your fucking fan base is. And they're playing it around other people in their cars. This is the energy they're giving to people, to their children and shit. These are the words that are coming, their praises to you are terrible things, bro. You have it in you. But you can't change your words until you change your you change inside. You're not going to be able to deliver an upbeat message unless you've changed your beat. You know what I mean? Beat star. Beat your meat with your feet, motherfucker. Just kidding. I love you, Russell. I very much do. I forgive you and all of that we've been through, but, you know, can you please catch up? Can you please put this on? You know what I mean? Please, just try it on for a little bit. See how it feels. Give it a roll, you know what I mean? Fuck. You can't keep trying to put on a Grammy, bro. You can't keep trying to put this show on that, you know, you're the people's champ and everybody loves you and everybody's against you and you're just a great fucking... Stop. Dude, don't do it this year. I feel like I'm just... Like, same thing with Santiago. Don't do this. It's like, what are you going to put out this time? A bunch of fucking... You know what I mean? A bunch of bullshit, bro. Just because you have to put something out. You don't have to put yourself out there this year. And I told all of you that. What did I say I was doing? I'm giving it a rest this year. What'd I tell Lewis? Retire. What did Mike got in trouble for? He was supposed to go on retirement, but instead he said he was going back on tour, and God said no. You know what I mean? Like, we're supposed to be taking some time off. You don't want to. Time is of the essence. Not the time you're using. You're on fucking devil energy is what I heard. Hey, I gotta go. I love yous. Good luck. Laters. Bye.